Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today's video, I feel really proud of it. It's one of the videos that I feel the most proud of. It was for my second year of filmmaking and it was for my film analysis module. Every week for the whole module we were watching different kind of films that were given by the tutors. And one of the films, as you can see, was The Fly. And at the end of the module we had to write an essay, or we could do a video essay, audio essay about any of the films. So I of course chose The Fly because obviously I love horror, and also we were given different topics for every film. And when we were watching The Fly and in class, we were given the topic of genre and society. So on our own terms and our own time, we had to try and define how The Fly and genre work together. And that's why the title of the video is How did The Fly make an impact in the horror genre and in society? So I really hope you enjoyed this audio video essay. I really worked hard on it. I really hope you understand what I'm trying to say about The Fly, and I really hope that after this video you love this movie even more. I hope you enjoy. How did The Fly from 1986 make an impact on the horror genre and in society? As stated by Edward Buscombe, the idea of genre in American cinema is a term much employed in film criticism. Yet there is a little agreement on what it really means or whether the term has any use at all. On the other hand, Andrew Tudor states that genre had a lengthy pedigree in literary criticism long before the advent of cinema. Hence, the meaning and uses of the term vary considerably. The literature abounds with references to Western movies, the gangster movies, or the horror films, all which are loosely thought of as genres. One of the most crucial eras of horror were the decades starting from early 70s until the middle 90s. The horror occult genre was one of the most popular and successful Hollywood genres. Traditionally, horror films have dispersed universal and primordial fears, such as the fear of dying, aging, bodily decay, body transformations, violence, etc., and with that, developing psychological horror trauma. The extensive range and popularity of post-1970s Hollywood horror films such as The Exorcist from 1973, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre from 1974, and The Fly from 1986, among others, will often present in emblematic allegorical forms both fears and the deepest anxieties in America. A connotation generated from these films is the confusion of the population in the face of economic crisis, social and cultural changes, and an epidemic of cancer, industrial disease, and AIDS. The Fly from 1986, directed by David Cronenberg, is often considered a classic in the horror genre because of its unique blend of science fiction, body horror, tragedy, and romance, involving possessiveness, jealousy, and sexual desire. It was one of the first films to use advanced special effects to create a truly grotesque and disturbing transformation throughout the entire film with the main character. One of the most aghast scenes in the film that communicates the message of the body deteriorating over time is when Jeff is revealed looking more like a fly than a man. Producer Stuart Cornfield described the story as the ultimate cancer movie and that the transformation was actually a horrible disease. It's mostly a documentary of the creature, how it came to exist, how it evolves, and how it dies. The use of advanced special practical effects to create a grotesque and disturbing body transformation has since then become a staple of the horror genre, where feature films such as Brain Damage from 1988, Street Trash from 1987, Body Melt from 1993, and Slither from 2006 will follow The Fly's path. The film was very different. It was not like other films that were being made at the time. It fulfilled the obligations of the genre, but it also functioned on another sort of bizarre levels. The film's exploration of themes like identity, mortality, transformation, desire, and the consequences of unchecked ambition kept the audience locked into tragedy and real emotion discomfort. Exploring these themes also helped to elevate The Fly above other horror films of the time. At the same time, It has undeniable moments of power and emotion. The scenes and discussions involving abortion between the characters made the film emotionally engaging in a way that not many horror films of the period were. The Fly from 1986 had a significant impact on the horror genre by introducing a new level of psychological horror and body horror. The Fly paved the way for a new generation of horror films that were more intelligent, thought-provoking, and emotionally complex. The Fly is often regarded as a landmark film in the science fiction and horror genres. The film's blend of science fiction and horror elements, along with its focus on character development and emotional storytelling, helped to redefine the genre and influence many subsequent films. The groundbreaking special effects which were created using a combination of practical effects and puppetry helped to set a new standard for visual effects in film. Subsequently, The Fly is perhaps an impeccable proof that the art of special makeup effects can be used to touch new emotional and intellectual areas of human dreams and human trauma. The Fly is often read as a film about the global sexual crisis that emerged during the 1980s after the association of AIDS to sexual practices. Ernest Mathis, a film author and a film professor at the University of British Columbia, focuses in his argument on films that discuss the body as the site of violent transformation, including slasher films such as Hellraiser from 1987, zombie films such as Pet Sematary from 1989, as well as body horror films such as The Fly from 1986. In his argument, he states, "My argument is to make clear the connections between violent invasions of the body and the role of the body in society." The Fly's impact in the horror genre is often shown on Cronenberg's film comments that frequently refer to the sexually transmitted monstrous disease as a coded reference to AIDS during that time. This is because the body-disturbing transformation from man to creature and AIDS are parallel examples of the human body in crisis. In the film, this can be portrayed when Seth and Veronica have a sexual encounter while Seth is experiencing his body deterioration. To conclude, The Fly made an statement in the 1980s and in the horror and science fiction genre as a result of being one of the very first films to work with special effects, makeup, and a visual storytelling to explore the themes of body horror transformation, becoming ever since then a cult classic.